ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise for the presentation of colors by the Franklin County High School Air Force Junior ROTC, featuring Cadet Adam Alhamdani, Cadet Kayla McDonald, and Cadet Aiden Rice, as the Franklin County High School Flyer Band, under the direction of Mr. Josh Toppus, plays our national anthem.
None of this shit, none of this is shoulder contact. It's finally shoulder contact. Okay? So it's, hey, have fun doing this shit. Go fast.
Just a reminder, stop by the Flyer concession stand, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop.
The undefeated Franklin County High School Flyers start their playoff run. That's next here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Welcome, folks, to Benny Watkins Field here at Franklin County High School. I'm Clint Goins. Of course, I'm joined by my partner, Chris Cole. And we've also got Kyle Thompson sitting here to give a little pregame commentary. Chris, the Flyers take on the Doss Dragons. And Doss 2-8 this year. But they managed to finish, I guess, fourth in their district?
Fourth in their district, yes.
Beating Wagner. That was their district win, and that was enough to get them here to Benny Watkins Field. But, you know, on paper, and of course they play the games for a reason, but on paper it looks like this should be a fairly easy task for Coach Eddie James and the Franklin County Flyers.
Well, you don't ever want to take a team for granted, right?
Right.
I mean, all this is, in my opinion, is a warm-up for things to come. The key thing in my mind in a game like this is take care of business early, get through with no injuries, and get ready for either North Oldham or J-Town that's got the matchup up in Louisville tonight, and then beyond that.
It looks like Franklin County is going to receive the kickoff. I think Doss won the tip but deferred to the second half. So we'll start off with the Flyers, and we will step aside here briefly and come back for the kickoff right here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
Welcome back to the FPV Game of the Week. Chris Cole here, and I got Kyle Thompson with me. Just some quick pregame notes, Kyle.
Yeah, so we are starting out here on defense. So I want to go ahead and highlight some of the defensive stats. We started out the season, and we are used to Franklin County being a fun and gun kind of offense, but this season has been marked by, I can go ahead and say it now that the season's over, this is the best statistical defense that Franklin County has ever had. I'll talk a little bit about some of the stats. Jeremy Walters, 96 total tackles with 69 solo tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, and 5.5 sacks. It's followed up by Hunter Gutshaw with 68 tackles, 49 solo, 5.5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Then I got these two backfield bandits. These are just dogs in the defensive backfield. John Griffin has 24 tackles for loss. 24 tackles for loss, Chris.
Yeah.
15 sacks.
15 sacks. And, you know, I was talking to someone before the game tonight, and, you know, John, he, you know, Franklin County likes to run that double-A gap blitz, which all that does is allows him to get off the edge fairly untouched a lot of times.
Ends up being County with the ball there, and just going real quick with some of their offensive stats for the season to get started. Daree Trahan, obviously, is your starting quarterback. He has started and played in 9 games. He has thrown 105 receptions on 153 passes. That is a 69% clip. That is, I mean, that's state level, and he is 1770 in yards, 18 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. I mean, very, very impressive. You add that to the 100 yards of rushing that he has as well, and you're looking at another 2 touchdowns. And Gavin Hurst here taking the ball on the first play from scrimmage, and he's still in bounds.
Yeah, Hurst, the quarterback from last year, and starts the game off.
Yeah, a little trickery there.
A little razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, I mean, come out and little wildcat formation, looked to throw it there, and then he saw a wide open space and big play there, and now you see Gavin.
And there he is, the receiver,
on the receiving.
And you're not going to catch him. That's 100-yard speed dash.
I believe that's a touchdown, is it not? They haven't signaled yet. Here's another look at it from our end zone camera, our Whitehead Hancock replay. Let's see if his knee goes down.
That ball's
crossed. That looks like a touchdown to me.
Yeah, I thought the ball crossed the plane before his knee.
Well, they're kicking PAT,
okay,
so it was a touchdown apparently.
Good call.
Of course, Easton Powell puts it through. And
almost automatic.
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
basically Mr. Automatic. He's
on a PAT for sure.
93.5% on the season for his
35 seconds
PATs.
into the game, and the Flyers already have a 7-0 lead here on the Game of the Week.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Easton Powell set to kick off for Franklin County. As you saw, Doss tried an onside kick. Did not work out so well for him. And 2 plays later, Franklin County was into the end zone. Powell sends it deep. That'll be a touchback. And the Dragons will take over on their own 20. We don't have stats for all of Doss's games. The 7th, 8th, and 9th game, there were no stats. But the rest of them we do. And we can tell you their quarterback is number 1, Terrius Lewis. At least I think that's who, well, actually, no. It looks like it's going to be Quentin Shaw.
So they both shared.
Both of them played quarterback this season. Shaw is a senior. So is Lewis, for that matter. But he hands it off to Jordan Robinson, who is, Chris, both the leading rusher and the leading tackler for the Dragons. Doesn't get much there, though, does he?
No, he maybe a yard. They might have gave him 2 on it, but not much at all. And Kyle touched on it, and I've talked about it. You know, we've seen this progression with Franklin County moving forward the last couple of years, that instead of that high-powered offense, that it's really started to become a defensive team out here. And that's what has impressed me about County.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you can score. If the other team can score just as well, it doesn't gain you much. Here is Robertson again on the carry.
Hurst on the tackle.
Yes, and also Xander Eddington in there, I believe, 51. I think it was 51. If so, he's just a freshman. And is that a fumble? I believe it is. Franklin County rolling it forward and takes it over on the 1-yard line.
And
I don't know.
Under pressure.
Yeah, I don't know how he, I don't know what Shaw was thinking right there. It almost looked like he was trying to pass it, but obviously that didn't work out so well.
And if he throws it from there, it was probably most likely going to be an intentional grounding.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So from the 1, I believe, is that Christian Moore on the carry? Yes, it was. And he gets in for a touchdown, and 2 minutes and 15 seconds roughly into the game, and Franklin County has already scored 2 touchdowns on 3 plays.
Pretty efficient.
I would say so. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. Franklin County 14-0 over the Doss Dragons. More football coming up next here on the Game of the Week.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 48 years in business. Call, come by, or visit our website for free quotes today.
Looks like it might be Halloween night here at Franklin County High School. Since Franklin County was on the road, well, they weren't on the road. Yeah, they were on the road last week.
They
That's
were
right.
at GRC.
So they didn't have. They were on the road the last two games. The band didn't get a chance to dress up. And here's a pooch kick. Could be trouble, but Doss does fall on it at around the 24. Flyers almost had that one, Chris.
Yeah, caught the Dragons off guard a little bit. Perfectly placed kick. And just unable to come up with it off that turf.
That was number 17, Hunter Gottshaw. You heard Kyle Thompson mention his name.
Second on the team in tackles.
Yeah. And he just couldn't quite find the handle. Otherwise, he would had the recovery. And we've got a timeout by Doss here at the 9:41 mark in the first quarter.
Field, I think.
And we will step aside really quickly and come back in about 30 seconds here on the Game of the Week.
This Cable 10 production was brought to you by the Frankfort Plant Board. State Senator Jay Williams wants to force Frankfort to sell FPB Telecom, effectively dissolving Cable 10 with no input from the people who live here. If it is important to you to protect Cable 10 and our local programming, let your city and state representatives know you don't support the sale of the Frankfort Plant Board.
All right. Doss appears to be working things out here. Chris, the way you counted, they had what, 12 or 13
They had
guys
12 players on the field. They had 5 wide receivers, 2 in the backfield, and 5 down linemen. Even my Anderson County math, that don't equal 11.
Blitz coming from the Flyers, and pass falls through the fingers of number 11, Damon Dudley. Probably the best play they've had so far, but Dudley unable to bring it in.
Yeah, that pressure off the edge got the quarterback, short-armed it, one-hopped it to the receiver there.
Second and 10. Pass out to the flat, but a bunch of Flyers swarmed to the ball. And this is Terrius Lewis, the other guy that plays quarterback, and he doesn't get far. In fact, he may have lost a yard on that play. I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage, really.
Lost 4.
Wow. That was quick math, Chris.
I'm on it tonight.
The Dragons go deep, but it's going to be intercepted by Franklin County. Oh, that's Collins. Delano Collins. Delano. It looks like Delano, like Frankfurt Delano Roosevelt.
I mean, Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. Frankfurt, Franklin, you know. Obviously, I didn't have the energy drink you had before you got here. There was a flag, and they're waving it off. Franklin County gets the interception and falls on the fumble.
And, you know, sometimes when those return guys on an interception or kickoff or reverse field, it's when you get a block and a black or.
We've got a timeout here by Doss. This is their second one. They only get 3.5, and they've already called 2. We'll step aside for 30. Come back with more football.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro. You're in good hands with David Tolles Auto Pro. Bring your vehicle to us for the best repairs in the Frankfort area. 2 locations at 1348 Versailles Road and 515 Duncan Road. And check us out at davidtollsautopro.com.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 48 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop from and collectively over 100 years of experience. Call, visit us, or request quotes on BillMcCoyInsuranceAgency.com.
1st and 10 for the Franklin County Flyers from the Doss 41. We got a man in motion, but they give it to Christian Moore instead, and he's going to pick up about at least 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, just power football right there. Hand it off to the big fella and let him do his thing.
This is Moore again.
Finally pushed out of bounds at about the 10 or the 11-yard line. Little stiff arm there. Stays in. Oh,
Yep, he stepped out. At about the 20. There's Eddie James. Somebody missed a block, but Jason Collins was able to make some chicken salad. Now, Chris, tell me again what's on the front of Franklin County's shirt and what it means. Collins again with the catch, and this time the yards after gets a touchdown. Just inside 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Flyers up by 3 touchdowns.
It says RPD, but
you, like I, have forgotten what the RPD stands for. It's I think the D is discipline. I think. Is that right?
Sure. I'm gonna say run past defense, but
oh, okay, all right.
I'm sure someone out there listening will.
Maybe they'll hit us up. Text me or Chris. And again, the kick is up and good. 21-0. Flyers. Oh, there's a flag. Is it on Franklin County, or is it going to be assessed after the kickoff, or both teams have gone back to their respective huddles? Sometimes there's a personal foul. If that's the case and it's on Doss, then they will assess it after at the kickoff. Let's see if we can see it here. It is. Yep, that'll do it right there.
A little extracurricular activity.
Yeah. So Doss is going to be.
No, they called it.
They called it on Franklin County. He must have said something. Here's the scoring drive. An interception from Delano Collins, and then Jason Collins catches the TD pass.
Good look at Jeremy Walters there, the leading tackler for the Flyers.
So the penalty goes against Franklin County, and they're kicking it off 15 yards deeper than they usually do. Powell, the kicker. And a good little run back here. It's going to be the best field position Doss has had so far this game. It's Emmanuel Rogers. He's a junior.
And that's one of them that.
It's a nice little run.
Easton Powell may have outkicked his coverage there.
Maybe so, yeah. Caden Campbell was the one that pushed him out of bounds for the Flyers. Doss yet to get a first down so far this game. Or I should say yet to earn a first down. A big old blitz coming, and nobody was blocked on that one.
That's that double A gap blitz that Franklin County really likes to.
Here it is.
Run. And Ty Taylor was in the backfield and almost took the handoff. So you got a nose guard or defensive tackle lined up over the center, and then you bring those two inside linebackers on each side of it. The center's got.
Yeah, pick one, but you can't get them both.
You can't. You're not going to get them all. So somebody's going to come free.
They're about ready to do it again, and I think Doss just burned their third and final timeout on 2nd and 13. We'll step aside for a little bit here and come back with some more football here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by J.O. Osborne with the Franklin County Farm Bureau. The Franklin County Farm Bureau's J.O. Osborne wishes all of our local teams a healthy, competitive, and successful season. J.O. and Kentucky Farm Bureau have been insuring Frankfort since 1943. With them on your team, when you experience a loss from an accident or storm, it can be a real game changer.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate.
All right. We're back here at Benny Watkins Field. Franklin County up 21-0, and we're halfway, not even quite halfway into the first quarter. They are rolling along, and busted play there by the Dragons. They get back, I think, to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up about 3rd and 10. Not a lot of guys on the Doss team. But, you know, you got to give it credit to these guys that are, you know, they've had a 2-8 season. It's not been exactly a great season, but they're still out there giving it their best. A good job that time by the quarterback, Quentin Shaw, to get it away, because he was about to get sacked by Hunter Gottschall. Fourth down now, and I'm sure Doss will punt it away. Joshua Decius, number 50. And they tried a little trick play and didn't work. Turnover on downs, and Franklin County will have it just inside their own 50.
Nice design play, had him open.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. It's just that pass wasn't on it, you know. They sold it well. The man was open, but the pass wasn't there. The punter did a really good job, I thought, of selling it. And
I'm going to say that's an illegal shift.
I believe you're right.
Guys that had shifted out of the backfield had not got set.
Loss of 5 on that play. Still some confusion here. Coach James may be getting some guys in that don't often get a lot of playing time, just so he can see if they can contribute at the next game.
Nice rollout here. Finds Taylor.
Yep.
On the little flat route.
Dury Trahan with the pass. Taylor with the reception. Pitches over to Moore. Moore runs over one player, gets past another one. Gets the first down and a lot more.
Ran out of his shoe.
Right here, just bam. Gets the ball near the 30, but there's a flag. Personal foul against Franklin County. They'll still get the first down, I think, but they're going to lose the yardage plus a little bit. Ball is now backed up to the 46. And they did not give them the first down. I guess the personal foul happened before. Jaquan Crawford on the carry this time for the Flyers.
He took that handoff and exploded through the gap and all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Tackled by Jameer Hollis, their third leading tackler. Trahan keeps it himself. I'm not sure if this was a designed run or I think he was trying to get somebody to go long, but just decided to keep it. Pitch to Moore again. And again, he bowls over a player. I think that's number 15, Tayshawn Lyles, and he's been the recipient for a couple of, no, it's number 19 that time, Deshaun Donaldson. I know I would not like Christian Moore running straight at me, knowing that I was the only guy able to make the tackle. Little screen pass, but it's knocked down.
Yep, tipped.
Ernst G. III in on the play for Doss. He's the one that knocked the ball out of the air. Trahan throws it deep. Man is wide open. What happened there? I don't know. That's to Luke Toothaker. Because I think it was kind of a, busted play. And then you look back like, holy mackerel, Toothaker is wide open.
And Trahan, what a great job keeping his eyes downfield right there, because he's rolling left.
Yeah.
Looking for that, and then catches Toothaker out of the corner of his eye, stops and pops, has a wide open man for a touchdown.
Campbell with the hold, Powell with the kick, and again it is good. The Flyers on top, 28-0. There it is, a wide open throw to Luke Toothaker. Back with more football here on the Game of the Week.
Yeah, this is Joe. You need a tree removed from your yard? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Don't take a chance on any Joe Schmo. Call Estate Tree Service for all your tree care needs. Since 1957, Estate Tree Service has provided safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. From tree removal and pruning to stump grinding and debris cleanup, we've got you covered. Call the trusted professionals at Estate Tree Service today.
Welcome back, folks, to Benny Watkins Field. Nice shot there from the end zone. Franklin County rolling. We're still in the first quarter, folks, and they have a 28-0 lead. Another pooch kick, and this time Doss is able to fall on it. And again, that's number 19, Deshaun Donaldson.
Number 19, Deshaun Donaldson on the return. Doss will take over 1st and 10 on its own 41-yard line.
So Franklin County, trusting their defense, giving up good field position this time.
Well, they've done really good so far, the defense has. Again, I don't think Doss has earned a first down yet this game. Of course, it's early yet, still in the first quarter, but probably their biggest gain of the night. I think he picks up about 5. Robertson, you can tell a player when you look at his helmet. I mean, there's A whole lot of the paint has been knocked off.
False start against the Dragons, gonna negate whatever they had on that first down.
They had 5 yards on that first carry, and then lo and behold, they give it right back. Hand off this time to Robertson again, but
maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know. I don't know. He may have lost one. Good pursuit there by a host of Flyers. Jeremy Walters, number 14, in there for Franklin County.
We're a minute and a half to go in the quarter, Clint, and Dawson's out of timeout, so they can't stop it.
Right. Franklin County's got all 3 of theirs, and
maybe a yard.
Yeah, at best.
Looks like they're going to give him a generous spot out to the 43, gain of 2.
Still another punting situation, and I don't imagine they'll try a fake punt again. They might, but Franklin County's already seen it once.
I don't think they're going to fake it. I think they're going for it.
Well, you are absolutely right, Mr. Cole. The Flyers call their first timeout with just under a minute here left in the first quarter. They're up 28-0. We'll step aside for about 30 seconds right here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Franklin County calling a timeout to stop the clock. As Doss was probably going to try to run it down, get a delay of game, and then punt it away, perhaps. But no, they're still going to go for it. So the Flyers will, unless Doss is successful, and that is, almost caught. Almost caught. Deron Betts, the sophomore for the Dragons, bumped up into the air and threw his timing off and just couldn't get it. And something like that, Franklin County, of course, it's hard to tell somebody not to intercept the ball, but when it's fourth down, you might as well just smack it to the ground. If you intercept it, it's the same thing as a punt. unless you're able to run it back. Trahan looking downfield, got plenty of time. Throws across his body over to Hurst.
Dangerous
Yeah.
pass there.
A lot of running, not a lot of yardage. But Hurst was open. He was clearly open. And we've got a flag.
False start.
Flag on the play. False start is the flag against the Flyers.
They lose 5 yards of the 8 yards they picked up on first down. Dury Trahan, the senior, quarterback for Franklin County. Quick pass out to Hurst. And I believe he gets the first down. And gets out of bounds too, which is important. Pass to Christian Moore. Dodges the first defender, and I think he's going to get in there. And Franklin County scores at least 34 points here in the first quarter of this first round playoff game. Here's another look, the pitch.
Great blocking. I mean, that's a hole big enough for you or I to run through.
Well, speak for yourself. Have you seen me move lately, Chris?
I was trying to be.
I'm as slow as molasses.
In January or February?
February. They're going to go for 2. Hurst takes the snap, passes it back to Trahan, and he is met. Terrius Lewis says, "Hello, Mr. Trahan. You're not getting a 2-point conversion just yet." So, 16 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Franklin County just scored. We'll keep it here since we'll be taking a break here in about 16 seconds. We'll see what Franklin County does with the kickoff. Do they go deep or do they try another little pooch kick? Or an onside kick? Even though this game appears to be a blowout, it's worth staying through halftime for the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. And that will include the performance of the Franklin County High School Band.
And we have a special guest at halftime.
That's right, we do. Pooch kick. And we'll have some highlights, and there should be a lot of highlights if you're a Flyer fan. The ball caught in the air by Ron Stevenson, but he inadvertently takes a knee when he gets it. And he is beside himself, it looks like. And typically at the end of the game, we'll have the Tim and Rebecca Hubbard play of the game, but you know, I might have to do that a little early tonight. Chris.
Could be.
Might have to do that a little early. Shaw takes the snap, takes it straight forward, and boy, they're going to be quite generous. They're giving him like 5 yards on that carry. But that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We will step aside and come back with more football right here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. When your business is looking to win, with tough competition around every corner, you need high performers backing you up. Traditional Bank's local team will stand by your side as a trusted partner, your friendly neighbor, and your biggest fan. It's time to make the switch. Traditional Bank, member FDIC.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com. In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
There's Tim and Rebecca Hubbard, our sponsors for the play of the game. And there is the home stands, the newly built home stands. I'm still getting used to that, Chris.
Yeah, a little different. I like it though. I know you don't like it, but
I'm traditionalist. Also, I need something to be close to the bathrooms,
Clint got an update from our friends at Froggy. Frankfort High leads over Nicholas County 14-6 at the half down in Bell Point.
All right. Franklin County, finished second in their district?
Frankfort High finished second behind Sayre.
So hopefully they can get a win against Nicholas County. Is Nicholas County the team that has their mascot is like...
I know what you're getting ready to say.
Really,
let me
the polar bears.
That is
something?
Bracken County.
Okay,
Bracken County is the polar bears.
Okay, all right.
Because they're so far up north.
Are they? You ever seen a polar bear in Bracken County? Maybe you have. I don't know. They apparently see Bigfoot in Anderson County, so
And Hootie the Goat Man.
Huh?
And Hootie the Goat Man in Anderson County. So, Doss tried the little double pass play here. Read great by Gottschall.
Yep. Good sportsmanship by the Flyers, picking up an opponent from the ground. 4th and 23. Doss moved backwards on that drive. Flyers call another timeout.
Hey, you can't take them with you.
Well, that's true. That's true. And while we're having this timeout, let's look at some of the Panther defense, of which
Flyer defense.
Flyer. I'm sorry, you got to talk about Frankfort High, and I'm saying Panther. Yeah, we've seen a lot of it on display here tonight. Fumble recovery. interceptions, blitzes, tackles for losses. They've looked pretty stellar against this Dawes team. The only time, and luckily they weren't hurt by it, the only time it didn't look so good was on that fake punt. Dawes couldn't connect, but that guy was wide open. Double handoff here. Delano Collins is the flyer that ends up with it. But he's not the one that caught it.
Hurst had it originally and then handed off to Collins. And 19 for Dawes was right there, read it really well.
That's Deshaun Donaldson. You know, all things being equal, he's not having too bad of a game tonight, but he doesn't show up in the stats too much.
Christian Moore's going to have to do something about his shoe. That's the second time tonight he's come out of his shoe, and he was blocking that time. Tie his laces.
In double knots. Jacon Crawford, the sophomore, on the carry. Picks up about 4. Gives it to Crawford again, and he's down past the 10, and I think gets it down to the 2. They're going to say the 3. But the sophomore getting some action. That was a good call. In fact, he may not got much past the 4. They give it to him again, and he gets in. Franklin County now up 40-0. We know that after you get a 36-point lead, they have a running clock, the football's version of the mercy rule. But I thought that was always in the second half. But Chris Cole says, no,
I think they'll run
so. Because you said you saw it last year when the Flyers played Hills. Powell's kick is good. 41-0. Flyers on top. Back with more football here on the Game of the Week.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Welcome to the Rock, the home of the Flyers. That's on top of the new press box, which is on top of the new home stands on the east side of the field. Powell goes deep this time, taken just inside the 10. by Doss, and they don't make it up to the 20. They get about to the 18. Emmanuel Rogers. And the clock does run. So once again, Chris Cole, you are right. 9-9.
Well, I mean, we got to be used to it by now.
That's his wife.
Don't ask her.
There's Eddie James, coach of the Flyers. Doss, by the way, is coached by Paul Mandeville. Hand off up the middle. I still see a lot of starters in there, Chris. Do you think we'll see some fresher jerseys?
Yeah, I think you will in the second half. I'd say Coach James will finish the first half with the starters. You want to keep them fresh. Definitely don't want to take a chance on injuries, but you want to keep them in their rhythm moving forward. It's the playoffs. I'd say even maybe the first possession of the second half, you may see the starters and then start working in some younger players. Speaking of younger players, I want to give a shout out to the Elkhorn Elks 7th grade team. They're going to be playing in the state semifinals tomorrow at Shelby County against West Jessamine. So good luck to the Elks of Elkhorn tomorrow in their pursuit of another state championship at the middle school level.
They played them second game of the season.
Good job.
Beat them
Elkhorn.
30-0. And obviously West Jessamine's gotten better through the year, but that team is unbelievable. I mean, their points for and points against are ludicrous at this point.
Now, wasn't West Jessamine one of the middle school that was involved in a situation in the state playoffs where they had the wreck on 64 a few weeks ago on a Saturday? And I'm not sure if it was the 8th grade team or the.
They had to reschedule it for the next morning or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2nd and 12 here for the Doss Dragons. Thought about a pass play, but nope.
Don't pump fake on this defense.
They just don't stop.
No, but, you know.
John Griffin in there, and gosh, a whole bunch of Flyers. Cohen Taylor in there.
I guess that's 25 sacks, huh?
Pretty nice.
Yeah. It's a pretty good stat to have.
Kyle Thompson joining us back here to finish out the first half. So, a little fresh blood in the booth here with us, Clint.
I was saying earlier, you know, this is now statistically the best defensive team that Eddie James has ever ever coached, and that's now a safety. Unbelievable.
Well,
unbelievable.
And after you stepped away, I talked briefly on the air about we've seen this coming the last 3 seasons. You know, in the past, Franklin County was known for their explosive offense, but they would somehow lose in a shootout in the playoffs, 48-46 or 42-41 or something. But Coach James, and I give a lot of credit to Dennis Ledford, the defensive coordinator. I've had the privilege and the disgust of having to coach against Dennis over the years because
the most entertaining coach on any sideline in the state of Kentucky.
Yes. and when I say disgust, it's really hard to scheme your offense against his defense because he does throw some unorthodox blitz packages at you. He loves that double-A gap blitz, which you know that's coming multiple times during the game. And unless you have a really strong center and 2 guards, you cannot stop that.
And you could have 3 all-state, and you're still going to blitz that gap enough times that you're going to get through to that quarterback to pressure him enough.
Orlando Ping, the kicker for the Doss Dragons. I had to get that in because that might be the last time we see him.
Stiff arm from Gavin. Down left-hand side. Oh, he might be gone. This is going to be another kick return, free kick return this time for Gavin Hurst. Unbelievable.
3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the half. County up 49-0, getting ready to, I would assume, tack on the extra point with
Easton Powell kicking it. Or we may see somebody else kick it, you know. I mean,
let Gavin kick it. He scored every other way this year. Let the kid kick one in too.
So off the right-hand numbers, Gavin reverses field. Great job of blocking, because when a returner reverses field like that, you can get it.
There's your block in the back. Almost every time.
Or a hold, or because the defenders are trying to switch their direction, and you just get called for it.
Well, Powell was the kicker, and it is good. Like you say, he's practically automatic. And the Flyers are now up 50-0 over the Doss Dragons here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
FPB delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at fpb.cc and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV Everywhere. Another great way FPB delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
Welcome back, folks, to Benny Watkins Field, where Franklin County is rolling 50-0 over the Doss Dragons. Clint Goins, Chris Cole, and Kyle Thompson with us. And Chris, you want to introduce our special halftime guest? It's another Thompson, but it's kind of a little, a lot better looking Thompson.
Much.
I will let Kyle have the honors of introducing this young lady.
I am very honored to introduce my daughter, Olivia, who is a freshman at the school in Louisville, the University of Louisville. Sorry.
It's hard to say Bellarmine? Spalding?
It's hard for us UK grads to say. No, I'm very proud of her. She is a biochem pre-vet major at University of Louisville, and she is doing fantastic up there. She is the reigning Miss FCHS for one more day. Tomorrow night she will crown the new Miss FCHS. She's also the reigning Miss Franklin County Fair, and she will crown the new Miss FCHS tomorrow, and she's actually going to get to perform one last time on the Franklin County stage, so we're pretty excited to get to see that one last
time. Now, this is hard for me because I remember her when she was like this playing YMCA soccer.
Oh, yeah. If I could get them to put, I've got those pictures on my Facebook. We could get them to go ahead and post those. That'd be great.
I think we ought to get a shot of one of them on the Game of the Week.
That'd be great. Fantastic. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to her a little bit more at the half. Right now, we've still got some football action. A handoff there to number 5, Jordan Robertson, their leading running back. Has the most rushing. He gets, I like to see the sportsmanship there by giving him a pat on the head as the first half is going to come to an end. I'll bet he hasn't gained 10 yards this game.
No, I'm not sure if they have 10 total yards of offense.
Yeah, him or anybody. Yeah. And the big part of that is they've had so many plays that lost yardage. So, the total offense is. Takes that into account. Okay, it's halftime, folks. Stay with us. The Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show featuring highlights of Franklin County High School Band and Miss Olivia Thompson. Coming up next, here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to lay out here for a little bit and let you watch the Halloween version of the Franklin County High School Band. Back with highlights and Olivia Thompson after their performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the 2023 Franklin County High School Flyer Marching Band. The director of Flyer Band is Mr. Josh Thomas. The associate director is Mr. Andrew McGranahan. The major head coach is Miss Tiffany Dispinet. And the Flyers are led on the field by assistant drum majors Junior Graham Clemens and Junior Abby Conway, and head drum major Senior Ashley Sayre. The Flyers now kick off their very special playoff halftime presentation with this chart topper from 2013, reaching the top 10 in 15 different countries and peaking at number 5 in the United States. It was one time Great Britain's most streamed song ever. Nominated for British Song of the Year and for iHeart's Alternative Rock Song of the Year. From Bastille, here's Pompeii. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Franklin County High School Playoff Flyer major are Junior Abigail Hyman, Junior Allie Moore, sophomore Savannah Beckett, freshman Karina Aguilar, freshman Aradia Ginn, freshman Ava Gould, and freshman Palin Hinkle. The players now dig deep into the annals of the best of pop music history with this sing-along hit from 1961. Feature a prominent harmonica riff along with some of the greatest musicians of that era on bass, guitar, and drums. It reached number 1 in 1962 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks, and again in 2002. You remember it from the movie Dirty Dancing and from the 2002 World Cup. Feel free to sing along. Here's Bruce Channel, Hey Baby. The Mighty Flyer Marching Band now closes out our first 2023 playoff game celebration with this well-known jazz standard from 1973. With its characteristic bass line set to a funky beat, this hit made the charts in both the Billboard Hot 100 and Hot Soul singles. Let the celebration begin from the great Herbie Hancock. Here's Chameleon.
Man, horns up! cynical. Cynical hurts. Man, still scooting.
All right, folks. If you're a Doss Dragon fan, well, I'm sorry. We don't have a lot for you. But if you're a Franklin County High School Flyer fan, man, you're going to love this. This is highlights from the first half, and boy, have we got a lot of them. Gavin Hurst.
First play from scrimmage.
Yes. First play from scrimmage. Second play of scrimmage. He becomes not the quarterback, but the receiver, and he takes it in. And the defense has been a story all night long. They pick up the fumble recovery at the 1 yard line. And then Christian Moore, of course, runs it in for the TD. So it's 14-0 now. And then Delano Collins Delano, excuse me. I always say that backwards. With the interception for Franklin County. He fumbles it, but the Flyers get it back. And here's another pass play for a TD. That's Jason Collins. And again, another defensive tackle for loss. And here is Dury Trahan making chicken salad, finding a wide open Luke Toothaker.
There's that man again. There's
Christian Moore. Yes.
The human TikTok reel. And he'll be in trouble for that dancing, too. Coach James looking on him about that.
Doss trying to pull off a little trickeration of their own and doesn't work out so well. Franklin County gets it back. And this is Jaquan Crawford with the touchdown. And then here's a big one right here. Yep, that's a sack by who else? John Griffin.
Old JJ.
Gavin Hurst takes the free kick after the safety. Takes it all the way into the end zone. Franklin County scores again, and that brings up our halftime score of 50-0. Now I'm going to turn it over to Kyle Thompson and let him talk to his daughter here for a little bit about the upcoming Miss FCHS pageant.
So tomorrow night is the finals of the Miss FCHS pageant, something that our family has been had a lot of fun over the last 4 years being a part of. We were very surprised to be as involved as we were. And my daughter Liv, who is a freshman at the University of Louisville as a biochem major in pre-vet, where she is doing very well. She has less than 24 hours left as Miss FCHS, something that she's wanted for a long time, and she got it. And she'll always be 2022, but 24 hours to go. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I'm ready to give out my title. You know, I've had it for long enough. Don't want to be too selfish. I'll miss it, of course, but gotta let the next one have her reign.
Still gonna stay on your resume, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But you're also performing tomorrow night, right?
Yes, for the first time in who knows how long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A year?
About that, yeah. And
just about.
So there might be some bones cracking and some muscles hurt afterwards. We'll see.
Hope I'm not that retired.
As old as your old man, right?
Ooh,
yeah.
Nobody's your age yet.
That's all right. Well, It has been fun. Thank you for coming to town to let your mom and dad and stepmom and stepdad and your brothers and sisters come see you perform one more time. And thanks for letting us talk to you a little bit before the second half gets started. What are your plans after this? Are you going to stay in the pageants, or what else you got going on?
Hopefully stay into pageants, trying to get a little bit more into it, continuing my reign as Miss Franklin County Fair, and just kind of keeping up that title, upholding that reputation.
That was another shameless plug you just threw in
just
there.
a shameless plug. You know I have to do it.
That's right. It's true Thompson nature.
For those that want to show up, what time's this gig start tomorrow?
7 p.m.
7 p.m., and they will announce the top 10.
They will announce the top 10. I will perform, and then they will narrow it down to 5, and then we will crown the winner.
All right, all in one big night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
In the Franklin County Theater.
Cable 10 will be there just in case you can't to record it. So it may not be live, but it'll be on later to watch it. But, if you want to see it live, you may have to show up and see Olivia do her thing.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. We'll step aside ever so briefly and come back with the second half, which should be a quick second half here on the Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week, Play of the Game, is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what they do and families are why they do it.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro. You're in good hands with David Tolles Auto Pro. Bring your vehicle to us for the best repairs in the Frankfort area. 2 locations at 1348 Versailles Road and 515 Duncan Road. And check us out at davidtollsautopro.com.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
All right, folks, welcome back to the second half here as Franklin County begins their playoff run, and they've done really well the first half. They lead 50-0 over the Doss Dragons out of Louisville, Kentucky. Doss will receive the kickoff, so they'll get to go first.
So we've got 50-0. Franklin County's going to kick off the Doss here. Looks like they're going to be a running clock, and we're going to 10-minute quarters. We've seen 12-minute quarters with the running clock. This year we've seen 8-minute running quarters. Now we're getting 10-minute running quarters. So I guess that's a discretion between the coaches about the time when the running clock is going in the second half, how long you want the quarters to be. So and it looks like the normal kickoff team is out there for Franklin County. Easton Powell set the kickoff. Deep kick. And I think that's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. The Dragons will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And we'll see if Coach James and his staff has the starters on defense to start the second half, or if he's going to start working some JV and freshman players in. And it looks like the starting unit is out there on the field for this first possession for the Flyers. Doss breaking the huddle. Shaw with the direct snap and gets absolutely nothing, maybe back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. Tried to go off the left side, quarterback direct snap, and he ran into a wall of Flyers.
Looks like he's a little gimpy, too, getting up there.
Yeah, he took a hard hit right there. He had a lot of momentum going, and then he stopped very quickly. Got a little hitch in his step there a little bit.
But, you know, he's a senior and probably, you know, this is going to be the last game of his high school career and probably want to stick it out as long as he can. Hand off to Robertson, but I think there's a flag. Did you see a flag on thrown? I thought I did. Maybe. Or it may have been a bat up near our head, up near our cameras. Look out, guys that are up there.
Gain of about a yard off the right-hand side. John Griffith in on the tackle.
Yeah, and good sportsmanship by the Doss Dragons there helping him get up. I like to see that.
Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 22. Doss still looking for their first down of the night. And close to it, but going to be just short. Going to bring up 4th and about 1 here, and this is as close as they've been to getting a first down all night.
Yeah. Robertson again on the carry. And I think they're going to go for it again just so they can say they got a first down on this Flyer team, but they're not going to make it. They're going to lose another 2 or 3 yards.
Good job that time.
As Jason Collins, I think, that finally stopped him for Franklin County, and the Flyers will take over on downs. And some folks might say, well, my goodness, it was 4th and 1, you're only on your, 29-yard line. Why would you do that? Like, well, at this point in the game, with a running clock, it's a foregone conclusion that you're not going to win. You have to readjust your goals. Now we're going to take a look at all the scoring from Franklin County in 30 seconds or less. We should have a sponsor for this, this high-speed action replay. Explosive scoring by the Franklin County Flyers. Both defense, offense, kick returns. We saw it all kinds of ways. Oh, daggone it. I was looking for one more explosion. Oh, well.
Offensive starters out there.
Christian Moore, and it looks like he's going to run it in. No, he's going to go out. I'm thinking that they're going to bring in some subs and let somebody that so deservedly needed to score the chance to score. So our replay coordinator, Doug Crow, says it's my chance. But unfortunately, my eligibility has expired. Ethan Bryan takes it, gets in, and scores a touchdown. Freshman Ethan Bryant with the score. And they try to cart him off the field, and he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's cool. But, you know, he kind of paid the price for that. He got slammed down to the ground pretty hard by big number 72. Like, whoo. So the Flyers are excited. They finally get somebody in. And that kick is blocked. Was that Powell that kicked that, or was that somebody else?
No, that was somebody else.
As I say, that's probably the first kick that Powell's had blocked ever. So, anyway, 56-0 is your score. We're going to step aside just for a little bit here, 30 seconds or so. Be right back here on the Game of the Week.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Flyer bench still celebrating that touchdown.
So, Powell set the kickoff here.
That goes into the end zone easily for a touchback. The Dragons will take over from their 20. You know, and Chris, I mean no disrespect to this, to the Doss team or their fans, but had this been a game where there wasn't a running clock in 12-minute quarters, they could have put 100 points on this team, I think.
Oh, very easily.
A lot of new faces there on defense. I saw 44's Jacob Olds, 22 Nick Reynolds, 34 Ladarius Simmons, and I'm not sure if that was a fumble or an incomplete pass.
I think the official called it an incomplete pass.
It looked like it was going forward a little bit. 26 is Jack Oldham. He's in there. '57, Rylan Gillian in there for the Flyers. And looks like the third quarter is going to come to a close. And we will step aside, be right back here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Tolles Auto Pro for all your automotive needs. Don't let your car keep you from making important plans. Take it to David Tolles Auto Pro, 515 Duncan Road and 1348 Versailles Road. Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
About 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. Not a lot of towns have their own morning show. You know that? And it's hosted by a group of crazy people. Highly entertaining and informative. So you can catch it live at 10 o'clock, or you can watch it on a replay later on the YouTube channel. And it reruns on Cable 10 too at other times during the day. Robertson with the carry, and he's going to get about 8 yards. Doss may get their first down here of the game.
3rd and 1. And we've seen them in this situation on that last drive, a yard away, and then Franklin County stopped them on 4th down. So you got some of the backups in here.
Some of the game here. Cam Childs just came in. Big 71 for Franklin County. They drop back to throw it, but it's covered nicely by the Flyers.
So 4th and 1.
I suspect they will go for it. That was catchable. Here it is, another look for end zone camera. Doreen Smith got up there and swatted at it, and it may be just enough to throw the intended receiver off a little bit. So they're going to go for it, 4th and 1 from their 29. Franklin County stacking the box. And offsides against Franklin County, and that will, by default, give them a first down.
And that is their first down of the night. So Franklin County will advance to the 2nd round of the state playoffs, and they will face the winner of J-Town and North Oldham. And what I had heard, North Oldham was up in that game. So could be the 2nd time the Flyers face off against North Oldham this year. It'd be the 3rd time we've had North Oldham.
Yeah.
This year, if that
North Oldham was one of the few games the Flyers didn't have a running clock, wasn't it?
They finally got one at
the very end.
Towards the very end of the game. That was the game that Franklin County came out, jumped out early, and then turnover to North Oldham, had a big drive, cut it within a score, being a 28-20 game, and Franklin County was able to block an extra point and then really took over after that.
Doss goes deep on a 2nd and 9 play. Little overthrown.
So Frankfort High holding on to a 6-point lead, 20-14 over Nicholas County, just start of the 4th quarter down in Bell Point. And that game's on Froggy, I believe. If you want to watch the rest of this one and turn your radio on and listen to the guys down there.
We won't be offended. Five minutes left to go in the game. Robertson tackled for a loss by Ladarius Simmons.
Bring up 4th and long here.
Think they'll punt away?
No. I think you go for it. This could possibly be your last offensive play of the season.
It's true. 4th and 11. Did we get to see their punter actually punt the ball?
Yes.
Okay. Just once, though, I think,
yes.
wasn't it? Yeah. Shaw back deep. Nice catch by Marshawn Barnes. Under pressure, Quentin Shaw
steps up in the pocket, takes a shot as he releases.
Here's another look at it. Yeah, Nick Reynolds made him pay for it, but good play by Quentin Shaw and by Marshawn Barnes for the Doss Dragons. And another first down.
Second time Doss has been in the county territory tonight. First time was off of a big kick return.
And that is read well by the Franklin County defense. Freshman Nathan Salyers in there quick, involved in the tackle. I didn't see the other person. I think it may have been Jacob Olds, number 44.
Could you say he was brought down by a flock of flyers?
You could say that, yes.
Had to get one in tonight.
There you go. I'm impressed.
Ken Mitchell would be proud.
Shaw fakes the handoff.
Fights his way for...
He's about a yard shy, I think,
of getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets past the original line of scrimmage, I believe. He just doesn't make the first down marker. Or no, I'm sorry. He's still 10 yards away from the first down marker, isn't he? Got a little confused there.
Little equipment issue there for a Doss player.
58's Elijah James. He's a sophomore. Shaw airs it out, but overthrows his receiver. That'll bring up another fourth down, and might be the last play of the game.
So ball is set with 40 seconds to go. I'd say the 4th down play is going to be it. They'll have to snap it.
I'm not sure if he called timeout or what, but we're getting awfully close to a delayed game here. And they may not get it off. Shaw drops back, gives it a long hurl, and incomplete. Barnes, the intended receiver. And time expires. Franklin County wins it easily, 56-0. Stay with us, folks. Coming back, we'll have the Hubbard team play of the game.
This Cable 10 production was brought to you by the Frankfort Plant Board. State Senator Jay Williams wants to force Frankfort to sell FPB Telecom, effectively dissolving Cable 10 with no input from the people who live here. If it is important to you to protect Cable 10 and our local programming, let your city and state representatives know you don't support the sale of the Frankfort Plant Board.
The Game of the Week Play of the Game is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what they do and families are why they do it.
It's all over if they hit this field goal.
Buying or selling a home can be as exciting as winning the big game on a last-second field goal. Or it can be just as devastating if the kick doesn't go in.
And the kick goes up, and it's no good. Home team loses.
That's why in real estate it always helps to be on a winning team. Choose Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
Wait, how'd you get in here?
All right, now it's time for the Tim and Rebecca Hubbard Realtors with Exit Realty Crutcher play of the game. And here it is, folks. Ethan Bryant explodes in for the touchdown against the Dawson Dragons. And the bench goes wild. Everybody's celebrating. And that, folks, is your Tim and Rebecca Hubbard Realtors with Exit Realty Crutcher play of the game. Chris, final thoughts?
Well, this is kind of what we expected, right? Franklin County came out, they took care of business early. They took care of business quick. You come away with an easy win, first round of the playoffs. And then the biggest takeaway is you get through unscathed, no injuries, and you're prepared for either North Oldham or J-Town next week back here.
Both, I think, winnable games. Folks, we will see you then. Any final update on the Frankfort High score? What was the last one you gave us?
20-14, Frankfort High. Up in that one, just started the fourth quarter.
All right, and should the Panthers win, they'll be on the road, I believe. And do we know where they'll be?
Hold on, I'll tell you that.
All right. We'll look at some more replays from tonight's action as Chris does his crack research. This is Christian Moore in for one of his touchdowns and dancing just a little bit.
So, if Frankfort holds on and win, they will play Raceland at Raceland next week.
Yeah, up there near Ashland.
Yeah.
So that's a long bus ride.
And Raceland's one of those teams that have been pretty dominant here of late in 1A.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are some games that was played last night across the state because of referee shortages and stuff. One to note with 4A is Boyle County won their first round game last night, 41-6 over Whitley County. And we know at some point, the last few years, the state championship runs through Boyle County at some point.
I have a feeling the Rebels and the Flyers will see each other.
Yeah, and hopefully we're privileged enough to get to call that game here because County is a higher RPI seed than the Rebels are this year. So we could possibly see that as a third-round matchup or a semifinal matchup. So,
all right, folks, for Chris Cole and the rest of the Cable 10 crew, thanks for watching. See you back here next week here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.